my name is Alyssa Frisby, and I am a registered dietitian for the Culinary Medicine program at the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences. We have partnered with Get Healthy UAMS to introduce a series of cooking videos where we focus on a nutrition-related topic and also a specific illness or disease state, and talk about how to eat healthy when living with those conditions or tips for preventing those conditions. I'm here in our Culinary Medicine teaching kitchen on the UAMS campus. We're located in the Institute on Aging building. Today, I am going to prepare a strawberry salad with honey lime vinaigrette, and I will be talking about cardiovascular health. So this salad is a great recipe to use when berries are in season. You can change out the berries used in the recipe depending on what's available either at your farmer's market or at your local grocery store. We're using strawberries today. So to get started, I have all of my ingredients out in front of me. This is something that I encourage you to do when you're cooking at home in your kitchen. Make sure that you read through your entire recipe. So start at the top of that ingredient list, make sure that you pull everything out of your pantry, everything out of your fridge, have it laid out in front of you so you know that you have all of the ingredients to complete that healthy recipe. And then take a look at the steps that are involved in making your recipe. Know how much time you're going to need to prepare this healthy meal. Taking these small steps at the beginning of the cooking process is going to set you up for success when you're making these healthy recipes. And the more prepared we are, the better our food is going to taste. So let's get started with this delicious strawberry salad. The ingredients for my salad today are going to be 6 cups of mixed greens or spinach. I've got my mixed greens today. And because I'm preparing this recipe for myself, I have reduced the quantity of all of my ingredients by half. So this doesn't quite look like 6 cups, but that's just TV magic for you. I am using 1 cup of strawberries, 1/4 of a red onion, 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, so that's about 1 lime, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of fresh basil, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We'll talk about that healthy fat here in a few minutes, so keep that one in mind. 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, and then some fresh black pepper to taste. So I've got my mixed greens that have been washed and dried already in my bowl. I know that I need to thinly slice my red onion. Aromatic vegetables like onions are a really great ingredient to put in something like a salad to add a lot of flavor, to get some extra nutrition, and you're not adding a lot of fat or a lot of extra calories. So I like red onions for this salad recipe because they offer a little bit of a bite. And now I'm honestly not a big onion fan. So a little tip, if you have a raw onion and you want to reduce some of that really strong flavor, you can cut your red onion, your green onion, your yellow onion. It even works for radishes. You can go ahead and cut those, soak them in ice water for about 20 minutes, and then drain them. And you still get the wonderful flavor of those vegetables, but they aren't quite as harsh on your palate. So I'm cutting off the top and the bottom of my pre-cut onion. And then I'm just going to thinly slice. So I will keep the tip of my knife down on my cutting board. I've got a good grip on my onion, but I'm making sure to make a little claw just to protect my fingertips. And I'm just going to carefully, thinly slice. And this red onion adds a beautiful flavor and a nice crunch to our salad. So I've got my handy bench scraper. I'm going to get this onion out of the way. Next up, I've got some strawberries. This is the berry that we're using in our salad today. I am going to need to slice this as well. So I don't really want the hull, I don't really want the green top, so I'm just going to carefully cut that out. There are fancy tools that will do this for you. So if you're interested in making that process a little bit easier, check out your local kitchen store or everybody's favorite Amazon, and you can find a little tool that pulls that middle of the strawberry, that hull, right out for you. So strawberries are full of antioxidants, which provide excellent health benefits. They are also a very tasty, colorful fruit. And one of the things that can help improve our overall heart health is adding in those fruits and vegetables. So getting about 4 to 5 servings of both fruit and vegetables per day is what's recommended for a healthy diet by the American Heart Association. So just keep in mind that that's about 2 cups of fruit per day and about 2.5 cups of vegetables. So a serving of vegetables is going to be 1 cup raw or half cup cooked. And then when you're thinking about fruit, think about a piece that's the size of your fist. You know, going to the grocery store, sometimes we can get those monster fruits and veggies. So just keeping in mind what the actual serving size is when you're choosing your fruits and vegetables will help you make it to your fruit and veggie goal for the day. So those fruits and vegetables are going to be full of fiber, of excellent vitamins and minerals, and that is the first step in getting started on a heart healthy diet. So I'm just slicing my strawberries. Cute little heart shapes for our heart health. We also want to make sure that we're getting enough fiber in our diets from those fruits and vegetables, from whole grains. So opting for whole wheat, whole grain products, things that are full of that dietary fiber are going to help reduce our blood pressure, which is going to impact our overall heart health. So slicing my strawberries. These smell so good. We have got some really great smelling ingredients for this salad. Okay, one more. So I'm just carefully cutting. Push those out to the side. And then I've got some basil, which is a great way to add flavor, again, without adding a ton of calories or added fat. So I'm just pulling off the leaves. I'm going to chiffonade this basil. Now that technique means cutting the basil into thin little strips. So the easiest way that I can do that is to take my leaf and I'm just going to roll it up from top to bottom. And this will help me cut efficiently and get some beautiful, beautiful ribbons on that basil. I'm just pressing down gently, making sure I get all the way through. Just like that. So I'll save some time and I'll actually put a couple of these together, which is totally something you can do. And this already smells so good, and I know that it's going to have great flavor for my strawberry basil salad with honey lime vinaigrette. So again, rolling up that basil and cutting into my thin, beautiful ribbons. So nutrition isn't the only factor that plays a role in heart health. We want to think about healthy eating, but we also want to think about getting in enough physical activity on a daily basis and on a weekly basis. Now, physical activity can be anything from walking briskly to cleaning your living space to doing some outdoor gardening or running, cycling, participating in any kind of sport. So making sure that we're getting our heart rates up, that we are moving, is going to contribute to our overall heart health. So I've got my ingredients ready to go. Now I'm going to make the dressing. This is a super simple honey lime vinaigrette, and it's so much fun to make your own salad dressings. It's a great first step if you are a new cook in the kitchen. It's something that you can customize. You can add as much of any flavors that you want. You can use what you have on hand, try different types of vinegars, but stick with a plant-based oil, like the olive oil that I'm using today, is going to be a polyunsaturated fat. It's going to be the healthier fat option because we do need fats in our diet. This is going to be a heart healthy fat. So I've got my olive oil, I've got my red wine vinegar. So choosing unsaturated fats is going to be better for heart health than choosing saturated fats. So if you're kind of confused about the difference between the two, think about unsaturated fats being liquid at room temperature, and saturated fats are going to be those fats that are solid at room temperature. So we want to limit those and go for the more unsaturated fats when we're thinking about a healthy diet. So I've got my olive oil, I've got my vinegar, I have the juice of a lime. So for my half recipe, I'm using a half lime. I like to juice my citrus fruits cut side up. That way if there's any seeds, I can try to catch them with my hand before they make it into the bowl. So I've got that going. Next, I need some honey. So this adds some sweetness that balances out the saltiness, the acidity of that lime juice and that vinegar. So I've got some Dijon mustard as well. And this is going to provide some tang and a little bit of body for my dressing. And you can use any type of mustard that you may have on hand. This Dijon mustard is just going to be a little bit sweeter. Then I have my basil. I'm going to use my bench scraper again. Add it to my bowl. Now you can use a bowl, you can use a jar with a lid to shake up your dressing, whatever works for you. But we are able to customize our flavors, use some of the things that we have in our pantry, add some fresh ingredients, and we have a wonderful, less expensive version of a salad dressing. And we also know what's going into it. So we don't have any artificial flavors, we don't have any preservatives, we don't have any additives. We're able to customize our dressing and it's going to taste delicious. So I've got my ingredients for my dressing. I'm going to whisk it together. So I'm keeping my whisk down to the bottom of the bowl to make sure that I'm scooping up that honey, incorporating it into the rest of my salad dressing. Okay, I'll put that to the side, let those flavors come together just a little bit. Now it's time to assemble. Now I really like to dress my salad as a whole. I find that you get more of those flavors when everything is mixed together, as opposed to putting your ingredients one by one in your salad bowl and then topping it with dressing. It also helps really get those flavors into the greens that you're using. So if you're using a heartier green like kale, you definitely want to get that dressing on early. Give it a little massage to help distribute that flavor and to soften up your kale. And I like using big bowls. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and don't really want to have to clean a whole bunch of things or use our big equipment. But trust me, having a big bowl, having enough room to mix your ingredients together, having a cutting board that's big enough to fit all of the things that you're cutting is going to make you just feel more comfortable when you're working in the kitchen. So I've got my leafy greens. I am going to add my red onion. Just break that apart with my fingers. And I've got my beautiful sliced strawberries. Okay. And I am going to pour my dressing on top of my salad. You know, and talking about those kitchen tips that make life a little bit easier. When we're thinking about our heart health, we want to manage stress and know that stress really impacts our overall health. You can eat all the healthy foods, you can get in all the physical activity, but if you're not managing stress, taking care of yourself, it's going to have a negative impact on your heart health. So take the extra step to make sure that you are comfortable in what you're doing, whether that's in the kitchen, whether that's at your job. Give yourself time to breathe, freedom to move around. be mindful in your daily activities and find a stress relief that works for you, that helps you manage everything that you have going on in life. So I've got my salad mixed together. Now I have a couple final ingredients. I've got that black pepper for flavor. I've got poppy seeds, which are going to add a nice crunch. And seeds are full of fiber, and most have a little bit of protein too. It's an excellent addition when you're thinking about adding something to a salad that's not full of unhealthy fats or added salt, extra sodium, or added sugar. Add some seeds in. It gives it a nice crunch and really adds a different component to your salad. And then I have some Parmesan cheese. So I actually didn't use any salt when making this salad, but I know that that Parmesan cheese is going to have a little bit of a salty flavor, and that's perfectly fine. I love when you have those ingredients that do more than one thing for your recipe. So it not only tastes good, but it provides that salty element. All right, got my salad blended together. I'm gonna put it out on my plate. So with that beautiful salad dressing that we made, that honey lime vinaigrette smells amazing. My heart-shaped strawberries are beautiful. That red onion is gonna add some flavor and add a nice crunch. And this is an easy salad to whip up. It just takes a few minutes. It's nice to use what you have on hand, and you can customize whether it's your dressing or your fruits or veggies and make a really, really delicious salad. I feel like I could add some grated carrots to this salad, and it would not only increase the vibrancy, but add a little bit of sweetness and some really great texture. So when we're thinking about eating healthy foods to improve or take care of our heart health, we want to make sure that our plate is half full of those vegetables, that we're getting our 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day, that we're choosing fiber-rich foods, that we've got great lean proteins to help keep us strong, help keep us full. We're getting in that physical activity, we're managing our stress, we're staying hydrated, and we are just taking care of ourselves from outside in. And for more tips, tricks, and resources, you can visit gethealthy.uams.edu. Thank you so much for joining me in the Culinary Medicine kitchen here at UAMS, where we are cooking for a better state of health.